Answering your questions about the Brother PE800 Embroidery Machine. Woo! Welcome to the Sewing Report. I'm Jennifer Moore, helping you discover your love of sewing, crafts, and DIY projects. You guys have been asking me a lot of questions about this machine down in the comments, so I thought I would try to answer as many of them as I can in this episode. So let's go over some of the specs of the Brother PE800. I've owned this machine for about 6 months and I absolutely love it. Now the largest hoop this was designed for was 5x7, so it can stitch out a design up to that size. I did purchase an additional pack of hoops because it does not come with any other size besides 5x7, and I also wanted a 4x4 and the small like little oval one for like monograms. And it came with a 5x12 inch hoop, and I've been getting questions, can you use larger hoops? You technically can, but the design you stitch out on it can't be any larger than 5x7. So say you want to do 2 designs in this 5x12 inch field, you could technically not have to rehoop, but you can't stitch out a single design that's larger than, you can't do the 5x12. So that's what I'm saying. But this hoop set was a pretty good deal. I use pretty much the 4x4 and the 5x7, but it is nice having an extra 5x7 inch hoop now. If I am stitching out a design, I can hoop the next item if I have 2 5x7 items. So that's kind of convenient. And it also has a large color LCD touchscreen. That's a great feature. And from what I can tell, it's a pretty large improvement over the PE770. So that's why I decided to spend a little bit of extra money and get the newest model. You can actually do quite a bit of editing on the touchscreen itself. You can mirror designs, you can move them, you can resize them, and you can also combine 2 files in one design. So you can say you have like a monogram and then you have, say, a design with like a picture on it. You can put that all into one stitched out design and you can save it for future use. So you can actually do some basic functions right on the machine without having to get software. It has 138 built-in embroidery designs, including 11 lettering fonts. 7 of them are in English, so the other 4, I guess 3 are Japanese and 1 is something I cannot pronounce. 10 frame shapes and 14 border styles. It allows you to rotate, mirror image, and increase and decrease the size of the designs, which I think is incredible. Now someone just asked me, Jen, can you use different styles of bobbins, different sizes? I believe you can only use this type, the one that comes with the machine. It came with, I believe, 4 bobbins, so you've got 1 and then a couple extras to have on hand, but it is the size A class 15 style. I think it's SA156, and that is the type of bobbin you should be buying for this machine. I personally wouldn't gamble with another type. You don't want to mess up the machine and you don't want to jeopardize the quality of your project. So I would certainly only use the style of bobbin that Brother recommends, which is this type right here. And I will try to link all of these supplies below if you're looking for accessories or if you want to pick up more bobbins. I have not purchased more bobbins yet, but I probably will, and I haven't tried the pre-wound type that looks so convenient. And we've got to get to talking about embroidery designs. I've been getting questions about that as well. So I'm gonna try to explain what I've been doing with the designs. Now, there are some included designs with the machine. If you want to import other designs, you do need to have a USB flash drive, and you can put designs on your computer. Get your designs on the computer, import them onto the USB drive, and then you can take your USB drive and there's a place on the machine to plug it in. So that's how you can transfer your designs back and forth. I've been purchasing designs off of Etsy, like I've gotten some fonts off of there, some cute little applique designs, and on a website called, I believe it's called embroiderydesigns.com. That's another good one, but there's so many places all over the internet where you can get pretty inexpensive embroidery designs. In fact, I believe embroiderydesigns.com even has, you can get like 3 free ones per week. They have a library full of ones where they don't charge you for it. The designs that are imported to this machine, they have to be PES files. So that's Brother's file type for the designs. I think there's some misconceptions that you can like upload any random picture, like something from Adobe or like a JPEG or a picture. You cannot do that, like nothing from Adobe Illustrator. if you bring in an embroidery design, it has to specifically be digitized for embroidery. So you can't just do images. There is software available. It's very expensive. It's like $1,000 where you can digitize images. But again, you're paying out the nose for that. So if you are an embroidery designer, that's something to invest in. But if you're like me and you only use designs every once in a while and you're not designing your own stuff, I don't feel like there's any reason for me to spend that much money on embroidery software. So when I do need to have something digitized, I found a few Etsy sellers that will do that for you. I've had a few logos done. They charged me 10 bucks, thought it was a good price, but you have to specifically take that logo or image and get it digitized with embroidery software. So you can't just use random pictures. So I did want to make that clear. But again, I'm not a designer. So the software I've been using is Embrilliance Express. It's a free version of this one brand that has all sorts of different tiers and levels of prices. They have the fancy software. I got the free one because I'm cheap. And the functionality of the free version is pretty limited. Now, you can purchase BX file fonts on Etsy, so you can get like really cute fonts, and then you can import it into this free software, and that way you don't have to do like each letter individually. You can spell out words and phrases, and that's been a good way for me to do lettering in the embroidery machine without having to, be like M-O-O. So that does save you some time there. I would be careful. Some of these embroidery fonts on Etsy that have the BX style, they don't come with punctuation. So if you're trying to do someone's name, great, but if you're trying to do whole phrases like, it's New Year's or something, it won't have like the apostrophe or like a comma or an exclamation point. So be on the lookout if you're purchasing those BX fonts. Depending on what you need it for, you may want to be sure it includes punctuation with that. But I found a lot of cute fonts. Now in this Embrilliance Express software, you can merge a BX font, like word or phrase, with a PES file. So like say I have a snowflake, I could put the snowflake and merge it with like it's snowing. But you can't merge two PES files. You have to pay for the upgrade. So say you had like a snowflake PES file and you have like a Christmas tree, you can't put those together in that software and then export it. But what you can do is you can import it into the machine and you can design something straight on the LCD screen. So if it's something simple like that, you can just do it in the machine. Down the road, I may upgrade that Embrilliance software a little bit just to be able to merge designs more, but for now I really don't need it and I don't want to pay for that, so that's what we're going with for now. But I did want to explain more about the designs because I think there's some confusion over what you can do, the capabilities of the machine, and also what you need to do if you want to get like your picture, your image, or your logo digitized for the machine. You can't just like put like a JPEG in here. It will definitely not stitch that out. So I hope that answers some questions about this embroidery machine. If you have any more, leave them below in the comments. Full disclaimer, I am not some sort of Brother certified expert. I'm just someone that owns and likes this machine and clearly likes talking about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to watch other videos about the Brother PE800, I did kind of a fun unboxing of it and demonstration. I also have some other videos on doing like hats, t-shirts, and towels. So those are in a playlist as well, and I will link that in the description box. But I hope you enjoyed this look into the Brother PE800, and I will definitely be making more videos about this machine, so stay tuned. I'm Jennifer Moore with you for the Sewing Report.